Hello everybody, welcome to this week's episode. We are on August 10th, 1:20:38 NC at 7 p.m. joining 3 of the party members inside the very vast council halls in the upper level of New Runenstein. Tooth is not here. Inside the area which is sort of reserved for the treasury, there's a small room that serves as a sort of minting room. It's not where they mint coins, it's where they kind of handle the coins design and figure stuff out and collect all of the individual collections of different coins over the years. And the 3 of you are led in by Joe, who then runs off, and you find 12 gold pieces, the master of coin for Felsenhort. The Gesto invites you in, and he's kind of leaning against one of the desks in here, steepling his gloved fingers, watching you from his somewhat reptilian eyes. And as the 3 of you move in, he says,
"Please close the door behind you. I did not expect to see you so soon. I am a busy one. Tell me, why do you seek my attendance?"
I will close the door and stand with my hammer already drawn, just in case.
Sure. Brad, we ended the last episode with "tell me everything." Are we assuming that I already told him everything, or are we actually doing everything?
I just don't have a good memory like you. He says,
"Tell me everything."
Okay.
I was also writing to you the name of the jailer that you asked me 4 seconds before we went live.
Thank you.
So that you've got it.
I just wasn't sure if you were gonna
Yeah, no, you're good.
fill in the recap. Sure. Well, we weren't really planning to come back so early either. There's just been like one small little complication. Alden's dead.
Dead.
Yes.
At your hands?
No, of course not. Why would we kill him? We went to meet him as instructed, and at around the same time we got there, a group of people from who we believe are the Blue Thieves Guild showed up at the same time, and they killed him. We tried to fight them off.
The Blue Thieves Guild. What could they want? The device?
They wanted the same device, presumably that you sent us there to get.
What is this device? All that we know is that it is important, it is invincible, and Alden has worked on it for some time.
We're not sure exactly how it works, but it is something to do with time. It skips time or time travel or something.
His eyes widen a little bit at the words time travel.
Time travel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Vaguely.
We experienced it firsthand.
There's a little knock at the door.
Not now.
It's the mud bun that you ordered.
Quickly then.
The door creaks open and Joe brings in a mud bun. It looks really well made, by the way, and he holds it up in front of the 3 of you.
You guys wanted this mud bun brought to you by our personal chef.
Thank you, Joe. I'll just take it and put it in front of Brula and then go back to talking to
You're welcome.
Thank you,
12
Joe.
pieces. Thank you.
Leave us.
Joe?
The
Brilla looks at it very, very longingly, but will wait because this is a serious conversation.
the Bloomborn
I'm
walks
proud
out.
of you.
The door closes behind Joe, and 12 gold pieces walks over to one of the cabinets and starts looking over the varying coins in there. Some of them look really, really old. There's like little lights inside of the cabinet that are sort of twinkling in an arcane way across the glass. And he turns back and says,
Do not tell me more about this device. It would not be safe. There
If
are
I
many
might
who
ask,
can. Yes.
should we avoid telling anyone what it does? Because it's not been really clear how secretive we should be.
That's true.
Right. That's kind of why we had to send word for you. While we were catching one of the thieves, it turned into a scuffle in front of the city guard. And the watchmen were trying to interrogate us about what it does and where it is. We kept our mouths shut, but, you know, I wasn't sure how top secret this is supposed to stay. I wasn't expecting the other authorities to get involved.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, we went to jail.
I was appraised. I would suggest telling no one
Okay.
outside of those that you deem necessary. There are many in this city, in this country, in this world who can use magic to hunt, to scry, to find. There are others that have powers of divination. There are creatures beyond this plane that may seek such a powerful device. I would suggest the less people that know of it, the better.
Okay.
Right.
What did Olden tell you? What was the quest, the task?
He didn't really give us much of a task. It sounded more like he was trying to get rid of this thing, and he kind of he tricked us into attuning to it so that he could be rid of it, like a curse almost. But he did tell us to take it to an item master. Do you happen to know who would be an item master? Or who Alden might think is an item master?
The
'Cause I
Gesto
can't
kind of
think of
spins on
anyone.
you at that. There's like it's the closest that his face can sort of bring itself to be shock. His teeth being shown, his eyes widening, and his hands kind of coming apart as he cocks his head a little bit at you and says,
There are only a small handful of people that know of the item master.
Well, it's kind of a vague title, yeah.
No.
I
Yeah,
have no
I know
idea
of
who
many
it
in the
is.
city, but none of them would be important enough to call them the item master.
he looks to you, Alinis, and then looks back to Rio and says,
Look to one another and speak of the item master, but look carefully at one another's face as you speak.
What does that mean?
What?
Okay, like right now?
Yes.
I look at Rio.
I just look over. So, the item master, do you know where he is?
Make
staring
me,
at
names
Alinis,
come to
make
mind.
me, you can either make me, you know what, just make me an intelligence check.
Uh-oh.
Our favorite.
Yeah.
And actually, Rio, make me a wisdom saving throw.
I rolled a
wisdom
13.
What?
My wisdom save came out to a glorious 7.
Rio, you don't really sense anything bizarre. It seems to be pretty much exactly as it looks. Alinis, you recognize that there's magic at play as Rio speaks. The way that his mouth is moving, the way that the air shimmers around him, there's a kind of a slight off color to his presence for a moment as he mentions the item master.
Okay. I am going to walk over to Brula. And Brula, you're sitting at the table. Yes?
Yeah. Yeah.
I crouch down so that my face is level with hers. We're looking for the item master. Do you know where he or she or they are?
Brula, make me an arcana check. And Alinis, you can make me a wisdom saving throw.
Arcana. just roll Arcana. There's no like saving throw
Nope.
or anything.
I rolled a 25.
I rolled a 16.
Brilla, you see the same thing that you see with that Alinis saw with Rio. A shimmer to the air, the sense of magic at work, an idea that as the words the item master are being spoken, it's almost the same as when you're using verbal components to cast a spell. And Alinis, when you are speaking of the item master, you sense the same kind of feeling that you might have when you're trying to resist spell effects. It's not like you're actively resisting a spell effect, like if someone were to charm you or to try to invade your mind or something like that. But it's the same kind of sensation, a kind of like a push and pull, like an elasticity to the arcane energy that everybody is able to pull from, even though there are different schools of magic and types of magic. There's a sense of magic at play. From behind you, the 12 gold pieces says,
There is a complex enchantment surrounding this being. The item master is a very specific person. You cannot know about them until you learn of them from another. It is a greatly guarded secret.
Oh.
So by telling us to seek this person, Alden has let us in on this enchantment then?
Yes.
Okay. And to find them, we just keep asking until this magic tells us where to find them?
No. You must observe this custom. Caution with this information as well as the device, lest the enchantment reshape itself into a curse.
Oh.
But what if... how will we know if we've been cursed?
You will know.
Oh, that's not usually a good sign.
Okay.
Luckily for you, I am one of the people that understands who the item master is that you seek.
Can I ask you about the item master?
I just want to state for the record, by the way, that you are extremely lucky with that roll last week.
Let's go.
Yeah, what did you say, sorry?
I said, can I ask you about the item master then? As I'm looking at 12 gold pieces.
12 gold pieces kind of looks across the three of you and then relaxes again, kind of leaning against a table. He says,
The item master does not reside within this city, nor within this country. To seek out the item master, you must travel north into the fringe, to the towers of Sun and Tor.
Okay.
Oh. That's not so bad.
Yeah, but it's still pretty far.
Yeah, I've just always wanted to go there. That's all. Never been.
Well, that should be fun, at least. And Brilla looks at 12 gold pieces. Do you have an idea of... And she gets real quiet. Maybe... Who sent us on this quest?
Alden, the master tinkerer.
But somebody else wanted us to speak with him.
What do you mean?
Well... And she looks around. We were just curious because it seems like we're really not sure who we're working for at this juncture. Alden is dead after we were sent to go find him. Surely somebody could have had an idea of the danger.
It certainly feels like it. People seem to know a lot more about this than we do.
Such as who?
This is a mystery.
Who knows more? Who have you spoken to?
No one except for the guards. But we didn't tell them anything. We didn't know who to trust.
Then who has more information? Who do you speak of?
I just
Feels
mean,
like the council.
I think they
did no one know that he was in danger?
Yeah.
No.
So you all seem to know that whatever he had was really important, and no one could really give us any specifics. But I kind of feel like we're in a spot where those specifics would be nice to have, since people are dying.
Yeah, specifics. And Brula looks at her mud bun again. Can I eat this?
It is yours.
She dives in.
He leans against the table a bit more and says,
When your quest came in, it seemed as if it would be one of many. The Assembly is a specific guild that provides different quests. However, each one is different. Some require different levels of security, skill, understanding, specialties. However, with this quest, we suspected that Holden had provided another item. Holden was old. Even before I sat upon the council, Holden had created many quests. Some were small and some were catastrophic. Sylvia decided on your group.
Why us?
As I understand, you were vetted by one of the other guilds.
Oh,
done a
that
bit of
could
work.
have been for destroying all of the crab.
I think it was for
True.
bringing back the stuff after the crabs and not stealing. all
Oh,
of it.
yeah, that would have been
Oh.
more important, probably.
I suspect that you were chosen for this task for a specific reason by the High Arcanist. However, we did not expect something like this. I certainly did not expect the death of the Master Tinkerer.
Nor did we.
Councilman, might I ask, why do you not want to know what the item does? Would it not be easier if we could figure out what it does? Or if we told you?
Yes, perhaps I could provide some insight. However, I suspect, as you do, that this device is important, potentially dangerous in the wrong hands. I can be scryed upon. I am a public figure.
I have a question. While we were speaking to the guards, one thing they mentioned was that there have been people who have impersonated through magic several high-ranking members of the guard. How much do we need to be worried about that?
I would suggest if you are being hunted already by the Blue Thieves Guild, that you should exercise caution. They can be dangerous. They have constructs at their disposal. They have assassins, thieves, and mages. The Blue Thieves Guild, as I understand, work in conjunction with several other gangs at times. They have an information network which rivals our own. Disguises, magics. They will utilize anything to get what they wish.
I moved
Right.
back to the door.
On that note, one other point of concern. They're definitely trying to catch us. We caught one. That's how we ended up in jail. One of them was tailing us through the city, and I saw him, and I fought him, and then we were fighting, and then the guards came and, tried to break up the fight. That's how we ended up getting dragged off into a cell for a little while. So they're definitely following us, and they definitely know we have the item. And Holden, I think, made the item for them, or they asked him to make it or something. So I don't. He did say something about it was a commission, and when the thieves showed up, they were yelling about it. So I don't think they're gonna stop chasing us anytime
And
soon.
Alden told us not to let it fall into his hands, and we don't know who he is.
Most
Right.
likely
So,
the head of the guild.
do you know who the head of their guild is?
Yes. It is a figure that
Warn
has
us?
plagued us for some time. As we understand, his name is Nisus.
Nisus. Okay.
He doesn't seem very nice.
I was about to say it doesn't seem very nice.
It is spelled in common Nysus.
Okay.
Okay, so not nicest.
Not nicest.
Right. The City Watch. They told us that they've been chasing the blue thieves for a while and trying to catch the thieves. They've asked us to act as bait to try and lure the thieves into the open so the City Watch can pounce on them. While on the one hand that's kind of risky, on the other hand, if this really powerful organization of assassins is chasing us around, it might be better to have the Watch backing us up, because I don't think they're just going to leave us alone otherwise. What do you think? Because right now, the City Watch is gathering down at the tavern southwest of here. I forget the name of it, right by the guardhouse. They told us to go in there and eat something, and if the thieves try to make a move, that several of the watchmen are going to be there in disguise.
The Watch
I
have
was
been
inclined to
chasing
go along
this
with it.
gang for some time. We have been applying much pressure. The nobles of the city are this gang's primary targets. Specifically, the auction house and those that own it. The items that come through our capital city are great, important, and powerful if they are magical. The Blue Thieves Guild seeks these items. It surprises me that you suspect Alden would commission such a strange device, such a powerful device for such a terrible group. It does not seem like Alden to have done so. However, it is
Maybe
possible.
they didn't give him a choice.
He certainly seemed happy to be free of it. It seems very dangerous.
Maybe that's why he brought us over there. I think he just wanted us to take it and get out of there before the thieves showed up. Maybe that was his plan for making sure they didn't get it. Although
Alden's
why he made it in the
corpse,
first place.
it was recovered. I will have someone
Uh,
question the corpse.
Right.
Perhaps we can find
Oh.
out more.
Speaking of questioning, we did catch that blue thief that was chasing us. The guards have him now at the Southwest Guard Station.
Yes.
That might also be someone worth questioning. I mean,
Many
I know the
of them.
guards. I know that the watchmen are already questioning him, but you might want to have your own people, get their answers too.
The watchmen are my own people. I am a representative of this city, as are they. We work as one.
Okay.
The,
But we still shouldn't tell them about the device.
again, the information, once it leaves your lips, doesn't always only make it to the intended target.
Right. Okay.
I would be cautious, but this quest was entrusted to you by us, by Alden.
Right.
This item was entrusted to you by Alden. If it is truly the item master you seek, the quest must be of greater importance than we on the council considered.
Okay. I just have one more question then, if that's okay. When we get to Sonantor, how do we find the item master? Do we just ask around and wait for this enchantment to lead us to them, or is there a specific person we should talk to? Or how does the enchantment work? I don't want to go up there totally blind and just asking on the street.
You speak the truth of your companion, Tooth. They are outside. They were not killed or lost.
Oh, yes, Tooth is outside.
Yeah.
And we don't know exactly where. Tooth was told to lie low, but should be near.
I would rely on Tooth as your guide to Sonantor. When you arrive,
Okay.
do not be flippant with the item master's name. Perhaps approach the Gilded Claw.
Noted.
Okay, and they are. Is that thieves or smugglers in Sonantor?
They serve somewhat as a council, and somewhat as lesser item masters themselves, the kind that are not
Okay.
enchanted. They will be able to, if nothing else, understand your plight.
Okay. Well, it's a starting point then.
It's something.
I think that's everything. Then, Brula, Alennis, do you have anything to add?
No.
No, I think we've got all the information that we were gonna get.
To provide you with further details places me in a position of risk as well. You have
Yes.
been vetted, considered, and chosen for this task, perhaps not simply by us on this council, but by the very will of the device you carry. I would like you to continue this quest, but please accept partial payment from the council to ensure the safety of the device. The completion of this quest. Perhaps there are stronger, perhaps there are smarter, stealthier adventurers. Perhaps we could send an army to bring this device to Sonantor. But, in my experience, items, magic, things work in mysterious ways in this world. I suspect you were chosen for a reason. Perhaps we will never know by whom, what, or why.
I believe in the goodness of my companions. Perhaps that's something to do with it.
Perhaps.
Oh.
As he's saying this, he moves around the desk and opens a couple of drawers. You see him put a couple of things into his hands, and then opens another drawer, opens another one. You hear the kind of the clinking of coins, and then he places 5 bags, little purses, onto the table. He says,
There is about 500 gold here.
Is he touching them with his hands?
well, he's wearing gloves.
Okay.
He's a
okay.
little less neurotic about it than Tooth is.
I see. Okay. Okay. I'm guessing he's older than Tooth?
He looks older, yeah.
Looks older? Okay.
He pushes the gold across the table and says,
This is all I have in here. If I ask for more from the council now, I do not trust everybody in these halls. And every room
What?
isn't guarded from scrying.
I have one more
Right.
question.
Yes.
Should we find ourselves in a tricky situation again, much like when we were thrown in the dungeon, is there anything that we can present to someone in authority that would stand to help us not have to explain every detail, because they know that we're on a quest and we presented our books, but that didn't seem like enough. Or are we just going to have to get creative?
Oh, I like getting creative.
I will provide your names and descriptions to the city watch, to the military at the gate. Beyond that,
Okay.
I would not like to bring more attention to this.
Okay.
And even if you do that, I'm not sure how much it's going to help us in Sonantor.
Yeah, true.
If we're
Sonantor
heading there-
operates as its own city-state.
Right. We'll just have to, if we go to Sonantor, not get arrested.
we
Yeah,
can
that
try
should be
our
fine.
best. That was my first time.
It was my first time being arrested too.
Brula, not now. Don't share now.
It's okay, Brula. Right.
I think
we go
that's
then?
it. I think so. Thank you
Well-
for your help.
I propose then we head to the tavern as agreed with the city watch. Because at the very least, the thieves that are currently tracking us, we need to get them off our back before we leave town. And ambushing them is probably the best way to do it. Otherwise, we could try to sneak out of town, but if the assassins catch us out on the road in the open, I don't fancy our chances.
The choices you
There's
make
a lot of them.
are your own.
Okay. Thank you for your time.
The only other
Thank you.
council that I will inform will be the High Arcanist.
Okay.
Until this is complete.
So you trust her above the others?
Yeah. She is one of the only other people in the city that knows of the item master.
Okay.
Thank you for your help.
Good luck.
Thank you. And Brula kind of like shimmies away.
Is there anything left of the mud bun?
I don't think so.
Okay.
She practically licked the plate.
I was just looking to see, did you like leave half of it for a Linus or anything, or is it just nothing but crumbs?
Oh no, it's demolished. Yeah, it's gone.
Turn around, she's licking the plate.
Thank you for the mud bun. So good.
I guess as you turn and open the door, the small bloomborn Joe is there with his wide-brimmed hat and large purple eyes on a kind of metallic construct head. He looks up and says,
Where to next?
As we're stepping
Well-
out the door, you all hear Elenis's stomach grumble. I go, "Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, I'm fine."
Well, it's a good thing we're heading to a restaurant, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Sorry, I thought about it after I ordered the mud bun. I should have asked if you wanted anything, but really...
Oh, no, it's
I just
okay. It's fine.
I had to get the mud bun because Tooth ate the other one and wanted to make sure Brula's was replaced.
They did?
What is that? Oh. Wow. I'm glad you told me after. But that's okay because Tooth probably deserves that mud bun. They're probably very hungry also. You know, it's hard work adventuring, and you know you have to eat. We have to make sure everybody gets fed. We have to go now to get more food. We can't have you adventuring on an empty stomach.
To answer your question, Joe, I think we're done here at the council hall. We have a meeting with other people.
All right, follow me to the gates.
I
He
don't want
turns
to tell
around
him
and-
exactly what we're doing.
he starts plodding his way through the hallways. We sort of probably see you all moving through the hallways following Joe. He's doing his usual spiel.
Here is where they first placed the blah 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 blah.
And
Can I whisper to...
yeah.
It'd be really obvious if I whisper to either of our shorter members. So I'm going to whisper to Linus and say, do you think Joe records all of his conversations? Like,
I was just thinking that.
like if there's a spy or they're scrying, he's probably like target number one, right?
Also kind of freaked me out that he was right next to the door, too.
Yeah, he's allowed to go wherever he wants and stand right next to the door. He can listen in on everything.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it feels like he'd be really...
I'm spinning this conspiracy theory as we leave.
And I'm just nodding along because I'm like really excited to just have a story.
You're led out through the halls by Joe, back out into the main courtyard, across the courtyard, and past the two guards that let you in. Joe kind of like waves at you.
Toof.
Bye, Joe.
Bye everyone. See you soon.
Did you tell her? It's been
I
eating
told-
me up inside.
Oh,
Did you tell
Brula? Yeah,
Brula about the
I told.
mud bun?
Yes, she knows.
Is
It's
she
been.
mad?
No. We got another one while we were in there.
You did?
Yeah, I told you to trust
it-
me. I think of this stuff. See?
I do trust you. Oh, thank you. Okay. You were in there for a long time. How did it go?
This conversation is happening like Tooth is in a bush that's like 12 yards away. As you guys are like walking past the bush, like Tooth is just doing this like psychic conversation.
while you're doing it, you just literally see me walking
Yeah.
by in front of you.
How did it go?
I think it went pretty well. We don't have to worry about telling the council too much because 12 pieces of gold literally didn't want to hear it. He said, "Don't tell me."
Well, yeah. It's too important to just tell anyone, I think. That's important information to have. Somebody could take it, or you could be overheard, or something terrible. You know, terrible things happen when you have information you shouldn't have, and sometimes
Right.
it's an act of love when you don't tell someone something.
That's that can be true. And guess what? I have great news for you.
Uh-huh.
We're going to Sonantor.
Really?
Yes.
Why'd you say it like that? Yes.
Honestly, I wasn't sure if you were going to be happy about the news or not.
Why not? Sonator's great. I love Sonator. I love
Okay,
Sonator.
awesome.
I would love to go to Sonator. I can't wait to show you guys around. That's where
Perfect.
I'm from. Did I tell you I'm
Awesome.
from Sonator?
Yeah, you mentioned it.
Yeah, I can't wait to show you around. Oh, you're gonna love the food. You're gonna love the food. And there's games. Hey, maybe you could play some Hatch Point. You know? Maybe you could do a round of that. Maybe we could enter you into a tournament. Maybe we could do a tournament. Where are you guys
You
going?
know-
Should I be following you?
You should probably keep up with
We're
us.
go-
Yeah, remember how we were going to lure the thieves into an ambush down at the tavern with the city watch?
Yes.
We're still doing that. Because if we're going to go to
Okay.
Sonantor, we can't have these guys following us, and we need to get them off
Oh
our
yeah,
tail.
that would be bad. That would be bad. That would be
While
very
they're
bad.
having
Okay.
this like communication, I'm like just kind of walking next to Brula and going,
Do you see my
do you
mouth?
think you could eat again? Because like I'm really hungry, and I think maybe like we don't have to act that we're having dinner. We could actually have
Oh
dinner.
yeah. Oh yeah. I don't think we have to. I don't have to act like I'm hungry because I'm always hungry.
Me
That's
too.
that I could always eat. Even after I'm done eating, I'm thinking about the next thing I'm going to be eating. So yeah, we should definitely eat some food.
We should. Do you think we could get some pork? I'd like some pork.
Yes, a big plate of pork. Oh, that sounds so good with some sauce. Oh,
Definitely
Rio,
thought you
you
were going to say
hungry?
sausage.
oh, sausage.
Oh gosh, it's so hard to have a real conversation and this one at the same time.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean. I'm sorry.
Oops. Oh,
But yes,
going
I'm
to
starving.
And Brula lowers her voice. Can you tell Doofs we say hello?
Sure. Yeah. Now I'm relaying the messages back and forth.
Yeah, then they have
Brula
this and then
says
that.
hi.
Oh,
And also,
hi,
Brula
Brula.
seems to take the mud bun situation okay since she already got a replacement.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm doing just. She's yelling like, I'm doing fine. Don't worry about
I
me.
just-
I can hear you.
I put a hand. I just put a hand directly on top of your head as soon as you start talking loud, and be like, "Brula, you remember we're being followed by a bunch of angry thieves, right?" Actually, wait. Actually, we want them to follow us. Continue being loud. Never mind.
I'm looking around.
Anyway, time for food. Food. We love food. Dinner.
I haven't eaten all day.
Wait,
Want
Yeah.
to make me
actually-
perception checks?
Absolutely. And I have advantage on them.
Okay.
Wait, are you? Did you say we're making perception checks?
You can make
or-
perception checks if you're looking
Oh.
around
Me
for this
too.
during this.
Oh, I
yeah.
thought
Yeah,
you said
12.
you were making perception
no.
checks, like the enemy's listening to our loud conversation.
Everyone in the city knows we're here.
I mean, there's a bunch of people who are definitely listening, but I imagine that you're looking for specific shifty-looking types.
Oh my god.
I rolled like trash.
Yeah, an 8, a 9, a 12. Did you say you were going as well, Tooth?
Yeah, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Wait. Yes.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah.
Please, Tooth.
I am following you, but I have every intention of staying hidden. I'm not going into the restaurant. That was the plan that Rio and I talked about. So I would very much still like to. It's not letting me refresh. It's stuck on the download. Could you roll for me, please, Brad? Sorry.
Yeah, it was giving me some trouble
I
earlier
keep
on
eating
as well.
refresh and it won't let me.
Perception check from Tooth is
Yes. It'll be a nat 20 because you're rolling it, right?
pretty high. 21.
21.
Oh, yes.
21. As far as the three of you that are outside of the Tooth stealth operation are concerned, you don't see anyone suspicious. It doesn't seem like there are any people trailing you or following you. Tooth, you're at a slightly different... You have a slightly different perspective on this because you're probably moving through like alleyways and like separating from the group and remaining in sort of like comms with them, and then rejoining them at a different area and diving into bushes and hiding behind like wagons that go past. And from your perspective, it doesn't seem like you're being trailed either. There are quite a few people who seem sort of shifty, but not in the way that you're expecting. Like, they don't seem like they're actively seeking you out. They just seem like shifty types who maybe you wouldn't want to trust, and they do give you kind of strange looks as you kind of dart in and out of alleyways, or they're kind of watching this group as Brula is shouting down the street and they're openly discussing getting food. But as far as all of you can tell, it doesn't look like there is anybody trailing you right now.
Okay.
You guys are actually going to be eating? You're not just going to be pretending to eat?
Well, I don't think we've had a proper meal all day, so...
No, tell me about it. I know.
Yeah, Tooth, have you eaten today?
You ate a mud bun.
I had 2 mud buns because I had mine and then I had Brula's.
All right. And then a question for PB. How does it feel when you eat nothing but a protein bar all day?
Well, but I'm different from Tooth. But
Are
I don't
you?
feel great.
Built different.
I think so. I think Tooth is constantly hungry,
Tooth talks
and
to
I am not.
inanimate objects.
Yeah, I do that too, I guess.
know.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so you guys,
Okay.
as far as I can tell, you haven't eaten since the beginning of this campaign, since at least the part where we started the show.
We had really
And
stale
that-
bread in the dungeon.
Well, it's still the first day.
It was,
all been
yeah,
one day.
it was about 10 a.m. this morning, I think, that the campaign started. In fact, I have notes. Let me double check. And it is now
you
about
guys
8
were in
p.m. at
there.
night, just
Oh
so
my
you're
god,
aware.
I'm so hungry.
Yeah.
Okay, but Rio, like, I know that I'm supposed to stay hidden in a bush or whatever, but like,
I'll
but
keep
food,
you some food.
some food.
What do you want? What do you want me to order for
Steak.
you?
I would like a steak or pork or anything, like maybe a pork rind, like the whole butt of the
Okay.
pork. I'm
Okay.
so hungry. Could you just like
I'll-
order it outside? Could you just have somebody deliver it and set it outside?
I think that might be a little suspicious.
So hungry.
I'll bring you enough food that you will forget ever being hungry in the first place. How do you like your steak?
That's a lot rare.
Okay, I had a feeling. I remember the fish.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so you're all making your way
Brad,
down to the dockside inn. Yeah.
Yeah. I was about
I'm
to ask
literally
how
being led
close
by my
are we?
stomach.
Yeah, I assumed that this whole set of scenes were you guys traveling from the upper city down to the dockside, and like again the dockside is pretty much exactly at the bottom of the ramp that leads up to the upper city. So you come down pretty much where this bridge is, along this little inlet. I didn't know whether it was a canal, an inlet, or a river, and I had to ask Whack. And he said it's an inlet. So if I
Which
got
is-
it wrong, Maya, don't come at me, because he came at me before for a previous map. And yeah, so you make your way along the dockside here towards the dockside inn, which is very easy to find. I think you've all been in the city long enough that I think you probably would be able to make your way from every inn in town. And yeah, you find this tavern. It is known as more of a place for like food and board rather than drink. So it's not like the bustling, packed out, raucous drinking tavern that some of the other places are. And as I think we see the three of you, and then in the background a sort of shadowy little figure as well, moving through the docks, you come to it's a 3-story building. It is set right on the edge and beside where the central dock is. There are lots of little fishing vessels and river boats that come and go throughout the day and night. The street outside here is pretty busy with porters and merchants, even at 8 p.m. There's sailors that are moving cargo between carts and down into the water and then loading them back up, and carts are moving up and drifting into the Undercity and over to Midtown and Market Town. The inn here, as you approach it and move up the steps towards it, you see a little wooden sign kind of swinging gently in the breeze. It's painted with a little very simple looking image of a moored boat. Big wide windows all around this place, but particularly on the front there are some large dock facing windows, and the smell of decent cooking immediately hits those of you that are hungry, I think, as you get close to this place.
Which is all of us.
Yeah.
My stomach groils like a bear.
Assuming you sort of just immediately step into the tavern itself, the noise of the street kind of fades. Yeah, no, you're doing something else?
I'm debating making it real obvious that we're here and like stopping and like pulling out my bag and just pulling out a package of something, like a wrapped up blanket so you can't tell what it is, and just hold it.
All right, make me a performance check.
Peer over your shoulder to see what you're doing and then go,
make me a performance check.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do it.
And I'm gonna do performance instead of deception because of the way that you presented this to me.
Okay, I feel like I'm pretty confident these guys are already following us, but I want to really sell it and make it look like I have the item.
I rolled an 8. In my defense, I was actually genuinely trying to see what he was doing first, and then went, oh.
Yeah, you do a sort of a slapstick sketch here on the steps outside the inn. You make a show of it, regardless. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, you step inside. And you step into, it is again different to sort of most of the taverns in the city. You move into a kind of a common room at the front, a clean looking establishment, orderly, sturdy tables throughout. A lot of them are kind of mismatched, but they're sturdy. In fact, the decor in this place is, it's the tavern equivalent of one of those like patchwork pillows, but in a nice way. There's like a lot of different styles that are kind of crossing over with a decent amount of it kind of leaning towards like sailory things and dockside stuff, but it is kind of a cozy and weathered but in a warm and welcoming way looking establishment.
Smell like old wood and pipe smoke.
It smells like old wood, pipe smoke, a little salt and brine coming off of the dock, and then the food from this place smells pretty decent as well, coming through from the kitchens and from the sort of dining hall. There's there's tables that are set for meals rather than drinking. There are a few travelers and people from within the city that are sort of sitting at the tables quietly, dipping bread into stew, and the soft conversation among the people in here replaces all of the dockside shouting and merchants. There's a pretty decent looking hearth which is burning, even though it's a warm night. It's a low burn, but it just gives it that sense of comfortable environment. There's a set of stairs that move up out of the common room and presumably up to the rooms above. From the windows, again, you can see a sort of a 360 of this place, but you'd have to be in each individual room. One of the sides, the kind of north, it would be northeast side of this, because it's kind of at an angle, is entirely blocked because there's a building on the other side, but you can actually see the streets on either side of the building, so you have like good views around this thing. There is comfortable looking chairs, kind of like they're almost like little armchairs and sofas and chaise longues and low coffee tables in this common room. But there is a dining room set up and above this. There's another room off to the side that seems to just be more of a classic tavern looking room with just tables and people sitting around with drinks. And there is a bar in the dining room with it's a pretty long looking bar with lots of stalls that run along it all the way in the furthest room. You recognize one of the people at the bar. Long blonde hair straight across elven ears, now in simple looking civilian wear. You see Captain Ix, who provides you with an almost imperceptible nod as you enter and then turns back to his drink. To the right of you as you move in, a tiefling woman with her hair sort of pulled into a tight bun between very sort of thin looking horns, grins at you and smiles wide and says, "Good evening. Welcome to the Dockside Inn. Will you be drinking, dining, or staying with us tonight?"
Just looking for some food. A nice hot meal would be great. Table
Yes,
for
please.
4, please.
Table for 4.
3.
Table for 3. She glances around.
Fine.
Yeah, 4.
Sorry, we had another friend who was going to join us and had to cancel.
Right.
I forgot. It's 3.
Table for 3. No problem. Follow me. She gets up and leads you through the common room and up to one of the to the sort of the main room. She offers you a bunch of tables. I guess you can pick. Let's go with you can sit at the back of the room. You can sit at the front of the room towards the front door. You can sit by the bar where you see Captain Ix and some other figures who are probably watchmen as well. They all seem to be kind of large looking, rough looking types. Then there's a few sort of scattered tables. I guess
Can we
positioning
sit
wise.
close to the kitchen so that we can get some food as soon as it comes out?
Absolutely, you can. So she sits down.
She wants to watch it
Yeah.
while it's being cooked.
She's
Just
The two of us
salivate
sitting
the
in
whole
front of
time.
the door, like,
Like hibachi style, like, oh man, they're
No.
making it in front of me.
I'm only partially joking. We are dealing with thieves and assassins. I thought for sure they might try to poison us, so I was already going to ask for the closest table to the kitchen so I can watch the food being prepared.
amazing.
Yeah, she sort of moves up to one of the tables and gestures to the seats, and a mage hand moves away from her. It seems to just sort of spring out of her over to the bar, goes over the bar, disappears behind the bar, and comes back out with 3 pieces of parchment, placing
She
3.
has a Merple.
She has, yeah, it doesn't look like Merple, but she does have a mage hand. It just looks like a pretty standard looking humanoid human hand, a little
Yeah,
spectral.
to me, all mage hands now are like a clone of Merple.
Yeah, well,
even if they look
Merple
completely
is a claw, right? Whereas this is in the shape of it looks almost exactly like the server's hand who's provided it for you. 3 menus land in front of you, and I have those as handouts if you want them,
Ooh.
because it is D&D, and I like handing stuff out. So if you go into your handouts on the in your journal there, you'll see the dockside menu, which you should be able to click. I should be able to show you on the stream if you're watching on stream as well. It's
I
kinda hard to get it all.
immediately
Yeah.
point at the wine and look at Brula.
Oh, are we thinking about that?
Maybe not tonight.
Oh, well, of course. No, not
Well, maybe
tonight.
for
And
you,
Brula
but I
looks
remember the
visibly
last time we had
disappointed.
that wine, and I don't think it's a good idea for me this evening.
Okay. But no, we should get some food first. Probably. would split the wine though if we really wanted to get that. I would split it with all of you if you wanted to. But we don't have to. We cannot get it tonight. That's fine.
Um.
And she looks very pointedly like.
The server has left you, by the way. She hands you the menus and leaves.
Okay, maybe we can have one cup.
Okay, just one.
Each.
Just one each. Just for, just because it's been a long day.
It's
and
been a very
we
long
went into
day.
the future.
It's true. I think.
But
I
also
think I know
food.
what I'm
So
gonna
let's see what else they have on here. Oh, they have meat. You like meat?
I love
Pie? Oh, maybe the pie with a little glass or a little stein. Like a flagon. A little cup of wine. Little. We're thinking a little bit of wine. Not a flagon. Not like a.
We'll get the bottle later.
Okay.
It comes in pints.
I look at you and go, it
I'm
does.
one.
I will wave. Are you ready to order?
Yeah, I'm good. I know what I want already. I knew within 2 seconds.
You can fast forward through the whole ordering process and just tell me what you have.
Stew.
You're having stew.
Wine and pie.
And wine.
Stew.
Yeah.
And
I order the
wine and pie.
I order the fish and potatoes.
Fish.
Oh, are you actually taking our order?
Well, I'm taking it just because then we can calculate how
better.
much money you own.
I took the.
Is it does cost?
I took the fish and potatoes, which is 6 silver, and the baker's cider, which is 4 copper. And then I ask, because their menu says they have slow cooked beef for the dockside stew, I asked for just a big flank of beef cooked rare.
Okay. Yeah, I guess they would probably just give you a piece for. I guess that is the main thing in this. So probably 3 silver.
Sure.
Okay. Fairlight is going to calculate how much that all cost you. Stew and wine and pie, fish and cider, beef,
You're
3
the one who
silver.
just wrote it all down, not me.
I wrote it down for you. If you think I can do this, you're out of your mind. You are my
All right,
backup.
fine. Okay,
brain.
hold on. Read them back to me then. Or just, if you type them, just copy paste it into the Discord.
Yeah, here you go. This is what you ordered. And then mark that off of your gold. I also added your 500 gold to your group
Nice.
inventory thingy that you have.
Is this working? Can you guys see this?
It's
Like, can the
mirrored.
chat see this? Oh,
Oh, it's not anymore. Never mind.
Okay.
Oh, wait. No, it is on stream, I think.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
My headphones just ran out of battery, so whatever you just said, I didn't hear it.
I just want
fine.
to see
We
if this
fixed
is
it.
working so chat can see it.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
We
great.
were talking
Because
shit
it's
about
so
you.
cool.
Don't do that. Can't talk shit about someone if they can't hear you. Is what we were doing
Oh,
to
that's
PB
cool.
when she didn't have her headphones in. Earlier on.
Throwback
What?
to pre-show.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, BB.
So a different server comes over, an elf. She has sort of very long flat ears, large round glasses, plaited brown hair. She's quiet, but she takes your order, goes away, and then maybe 10-15 minutes later they bring out your food. Your drinks probably come over pretty quickly. Every now and then you get a glance from Captain Ix, who is very much nursing a drink, trying not to drink too much up at the bar there. You can tell that him and a couple of the other patrons seem to be just kind of glancing over at the windows every now and then. They don't look too obvious about it, but you, being aware, are able to pick up on it. They bring out this food. I guess give me, whoever's watching the kitchen door, give me a perception check. Whoever wants to do on doing it. I think.
Sure.
Okay, Brula and Alinis. We'll say maybe Rio has his back to the kitchen door here. Otherwise, you're all sitting on the
21.
same side of the table like it's a sitcom.
Cool. I didn't even need to roll.
21 and a 12. Yeah, you're able to watch. Every now and then, the door opens and you see a little chef in there who appears to be a gnome. He is running around this kitchen like crazy. He seems very neurotic. He is everything that he's cooking as you're watching him, and every time you get a glance or you're able to sort of sit and observe this chef, he seems to taste every ingredient first and then cook it. Not like he's cooking the tasted version, but he tastes everything and then he cooks it. But he seems like he's just using natural ingredients. It seems like he's just cooking. He seems like you don't get the sense that he's poisoning or anything, but you can make me an insight check anyway if you want.
I will.
Just because you said that, I'm gonna.
Okay.
I feel like I have to now. If I don't,
Well,
then
I'm
this
giving
is
you
weird.
sort of a
Oh,
passive
balls.
insight check.
Don't worry about me. I didn't even. I got a 9.
So
I got a 14.
God
your,
bless it.
your passive insight check is that it doesn't seem that bad. But then I was like, they're players. They're going to think it's poisoned anyway. So if I don't let them have an insight check, they.
I didn't think it was. I was not going to assume this guy was poisoning anything
Oh,
until
well,
you were
that
like,
was
you
the
can roll
thing that you
insight on this
mentioned
to
when
see
you
if he's
all
poisoning anything.
came in. That's all. I wasn't
As I
throwing it out of
mentioned
nowhere.
I was like, I was even thinking, I hope I didn't just give Brad an idea. When he wasn't planning on poisoning us, but now he is because I brought it up.
I keep thinking we curse ourselves.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe one day, but not today. It doesn't seem at all to you, Elenis, like he's doing that. Neither did to you, Brula. It just looks like any old chef. This little guy running around in the kitchen, every now and then shouting, orders up, and they go running in. One of the servers comes out. There seems to be like a few different people on staff here. There's the tiefling woman who is bringing people to tables and kind of waiting the common area, and then there's this elf who seems to be waiting the tables here, and then moving out to the other room where there's more of a classic looking pub. The people that are sat at the bar seem to be being served by a very elderly looking human man who probably in his 70s, who is moving around. He doesn't look like old and wizened exactly, but you can tell that he's old. He's moving around with a staff that has a small green gem inlaid in the top. It very much looks like a mage's staff to you, but he looks very much like an old innkeep or something like that. He just constantly cleaning a glass, and he's the one that seems to be pouring the drinks, the ciders, the wines, and the ale. People are coming and going. It does seem to you a lot more like an establishment where people come for food, but there is plenty of people moving throughout this place, drinking. Every now and then people go upstairs and downstairs. You get the sense that there are rooms upstairs. There are 2 more levels. And if you're aware of this place, or maybe you've stayed here before, there are 2 levels of rooms in the dockside inn. It's a decent size, but it's by far not one of the biggest and most notable establishments. But it does have a great view of the city, and I think you guys are able to tuck in and enjoy a meal here. You did a short rest right before. I'm just double checking. I feel like I told you guys that you got the effects of a long rest when you were in jail.
Long rest or short rest?
A short
You
rest,
gave
sorry.
us a
Short rest.
Yeah.
We got our hit points
mixing my
back.
words up. You got your hit points back because you were seen to by someone from the infirmary at the jail, and they came down and cast spells on you to replenish your HP and close up some wounds. A couple of you probably do have bandages and things as well. There are physicas, so healing magic is it kind of is a bit like triage sometimes. So they will follow it up with bandages and things for more long term healing. Wow, couldn't do that one. And you got the effect of a short rest, so you because if you didn't, I was going to give it to you here because you're probably sat here for a good while. At least an hour goes by, roughly around 9 p.m. by the time you've finished your food. What are you doing about the beef chunks that you bought? What do you do with those?
Oh, I just have them sitting there, and at the end, I'm probably asking for something to wrap them in, not touching them. And if she asks, I'm gonna say, well, remember the fourth friend that canceled, and we'll bring them something.
All right. Tooth, make me a Constitution saving throw. Let's see how badly this hunger is affecting you right now.
Also perception, because you need to know if you can smell the.
I'm on the dock, so I imagine I'm smelling a lot of fish. So
Yeah, there's a lot going on
I
out there.
imagine I'm not doing great.
This restaurant smells amazing. You're like standing outside of it, and it's
18.
18. All right. If you'd rolled a
I have
one,
an
I was
important
gonna,
job to do.
I was gonna punish you.
That's fine. I was actually also gonna roll and then see if I was gonna steal something. So I'm really glad I rolled a 17.
I mean, I don't
Really
mind
glad.
if we say that like Merple comes floating in a window at one point and grabs one of the beef chunks, but it's up to you if you
No,
think
and
you would have
it's-
done that.
No, if anything, I think I would go down the dock. Because you said nobody seems to really notice me, and I'm small, and I can blend in, and I'm not with the group. So after about 20 minutes or so of them being in there, I might just walk down to the dock and be like, can I buy some fish? And buy a couple of fish. But I rolled a 17, so I'm fine.
Okay.
I will
And what
tough
are
it
you
out.
doing out there for this hour or so?
I'm imagining what must be happening inside, and that they're all at the table laughing and telling stories, and I'm imagining being there with them, except that I'm not. And so yeah, but I'm excited that we're gonna go to Sudden Tour.
You just spent an hour straight salivating.
Yeah.
Just,
Yep, my friends are in there, and I bet Rio is telling them.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
what happened. Is Rio? I'm gonna be so mad.
I mean, yeah, I was
I've
going to
leaned over the
ask
table.
if any significant conversation took place in the over this meal, or if you were just quietly.
I will have
this
leaned
is gonna
over
be
the
Brad the
table.
whole campaign, by the way, because we all want to sit down and eat and talk and have seats, and he's gonna be like, "Does anything significant happen? Because I'd like to skip the eating part."
You did
I'm
it
gonna lean
to
over
me
the
in
table,
the other
and I'm gonna-
in the
I know.
pre-session where
we
Yeah.
did.
you know.
This
I'm
group
gonna
just likes
tap
to
Rio
eat.
on the arm, and I'm gonna say, "We need to talk when this is done. You know that, right?
right.
I have some questions."
I suppose that's fair.
No, you're not in trouble. I realize that I sound a little bit intense, but I'd like to talk about it afterwards.
Wait, have we gotten our food yet?
Yeah, so this is just I'm giving you basically just like the course of the hour where the drinks come out, the food comes out, and you eat the food.
Gotcha.
And if there's any significant like conversation that happens.
Brula looks up from eating and goes, "No, you're definitely in trouble. We need to talk." Just kidding.
We're good cop,
you can
bad
be in
cop.
trouble if we not trouble, but we need to talk. God, feel good.
I do owe you all some answers, I suppose, as to where I've been. Yeah, it's kind of awkward without Tooth in here, though. So maybe
Yeah,
not
I
right
don't
now.
Yeah.
think we should talk about it now, but I just want to make sure you know we haven't forgotten.
Right, well, I haven't forgotten either. Trust me. It's a long story, so I don't want to tell it twice. I'm gonna wait till we're
Well,
all
we have a
together.
journey ahead of us, so whenever we're on the road, perhaps you can tell us your story. And I take a big
Sure.
spoonful of stew.
Yeah.
Good stew.
What about you?
Well, where
Your
is
story's probably not quite as morbid.
Huh.
When we first met, you didn't mention that Shield Maidens. That's not an easy crew to get into. How'd you pull that off?
No, but
Imagine-
it's a very easy crew to get out of, as I've found, unfortunately. At least if you're me. But, that's also a long story. I can tell it now, but I think that maybe Tooth knows little bits and pieces, but we should probably talk
Okay
about that
then.
together.
Surely there's a story then that is not so important that it must wait till Tooth is present.
What about the time that Brula got arrested?
Oh yeah, Brula, tell us what happened.
No!
You ran afoul of the law.
Do we hear that from through the window?
It's through the
Like,
window.
I want to hear that through the window.
Tooth wasn't even there when Brula said or when implied that she'd been arrested.
Tooth is
Brula
like
looks up from her meal and
cartoonishly at the
says,
window.
I think we should probably wait until we're all sharing. You know, we'll wait for proper sharing.
little outlaw. You don't get to wriggle out of this one.
Proper
Come on
sharing
now.
time.
What'd you do? What'd you do?
Well, sometimes you just well, it was an accident. And you sort of see Brula sort of like hunched over into her food, and she goes, I might have let out some cows by accident. I opened the gate, and there were a bunch of cows, and they I didn't realize because I was just trying to take a shortcut, and there was a bunch of cows, and they got let loose, and they said, "How did you manage to do all this? There were like 5 gates you had to open." And Brula just tells you a tale of how she managed to let out a bunch of farm life and wild and stock into the streets because she was just trying to get to the other side of this ranch, and there were just a bunch of cows all up in the street. And she finishes with, and then they asked for money, and I said I don't have any, and they said, well, can you maybe give us a better an option as the others, because we might have to put you in prison. I said I don't have anything I can give you, but I do have a song that I can play you. And they said that's not good enough, and they threw me in jail.
So you accidentally performed just a little bit of like domestic terrorism and tried to sing your way out of it?
Well, just a little bit, but I didn't mean to. I only wanted to take a shortcut, really, just through the farm, you know.
I mean, what's a little bit of domestic terrorism? We just apparently got in trouble for some property damage.
Yeah, just a little bit. And you know, the cows were all okay. Eventually, they came home. I didn't, though. I was in jail.
Well, at least
I
they
lift
let
up
you
my
out.
wine glass and I just go, cheers to that.
Cheers. Chink.
To misadventures.
Sounds
May
like
we
a
have
great
many
time for a perception check from the three of you. Tooth, give me a perception check with advantage. I guess I'll give you advantage.
Thank you, because I just hit a bush.
My God, my advantage is not doing me any favors. I
Okay.
rolled 10. We should not have drank that wine.
20.
Wow, okay. Natural 20?
No.
Okay.
16.
The three of you inside, how much are you like checking the windows and the surrounding area and stuff, or are you kind of engrossed in the conversation and meal?
I feel like I'm looking around, but I keep getting distracted because the conversation is good. So every now and then I'm not glancing quite as often as I should be.
I think I was hyper vigilant at the start, but then Alina started threatening to interrogate me, and it's drawing my attention slightly. Then Brula starts telling funny stories, and eventually I get to the point where I'm just like occasionally glancing at the window instead of watching it the whole time.
Yeah. Brula's not paying attention at all. Like she was waiting for the food, and now that the food got here, now she's like,
She had a glass
All is right
of
with the world.
wine.
All is
Feeling good.
All right then. So, Tooth. I'm going to
Yes.
roll a dice myself here. Ooh, a 19. That could have been... that 20 has come in real clutch here. There are
Okay.
shadowy figures that start
Oh no.
descending
How
from the roof of this building. From what you can see, or are you at the front or the back or the side, in fact?
I imagined that I was by the actual docks.
Yeah, that's
but
what
I
I
don't
thought
know.
as well.
Looking
So,
at the map. Yeah.
okay. The front of this is facing the dock. The front of this building, the main.
Okay, and they're coming. Can you show me on the map which sides they're coming in on? Can you ping it?
Well,
this is
you
the
can
inn,
only
right?
see, well, this is why I'm asking you where you are, so
Yeah.
that if you're, that's what you see. But the front of the building,
Yeah.
you see at first 3, then 4, scaling down quickly
To the front of the building or the
down
side
the front
of the building? Okay. Rio, now 4 coming in down on the front.
If we're probably in the middle of some dumb story, and I just go, heads up, front door, right now. We've got company. Don't
I
make
Do
it
you want me to-
obvious.
My
Do you
I
want
say
me to
don't make
wait
it
here?
obvious, but I probably said that too late.
Yep.
I'm
yep,
just
yep,
reaching
like,
for my hammer.
what?
I'm not picking it up. I'm just making sure my hand is near it.
You have a split second here. You're not.
Yeah.
You don't have all
Rio,
the time in the
should
world.
I stay hidden or should I join you?
I think you only get involved if it looks like we're losing.
Okay, no offense, but what does that look like?
Tooth, next to you, and appearing from up out of the water of the dock, with sort of water running off of this thing, is an absolutely enormous construct. You at first are just confused because you hear a bunch of like dock workers and people scattering and shocked noises and the shuffling and stopping of sudden movement. And then as you maybe turn around, you see something coming up and out of the water. It is almost impossible to make out in the gloom at first, but you see 3 points of like glowing purple, 2 that look like little eyes, and then a much larger looking central pulsing vianthrosite center. The figures that come down the front of the building sort of stop for a moment, and then behind you, Tooth, there is a and then this thing builds up speed. It rushes past you and then slams into the front door of this building. You guys are inside for this. Immediately happens. The front doors explode inwards for you. Wood splinters as this enormous thing smashes through them. The hinges on this door tear loose. The doors kind of slam outwards. The frame kind of breaks and splits. And this 8-foot construct lumbers into the room. It is extremely wide. It is very tall and sort of composite built. It is like a walking siege engine. It is bizarre because it looks nothing like the ones that you might have seen moving around the city. It looks sleeker, it looks much more menacing, and it looks significantly bigger than they look. It's got a sort of black metal frame, 2 glowing purple eyes. The center of its chest is sort of a large fist-sized crystal, which is throbbing with a violet light. It is a vianthrosite heart. It is pulsing slowly beneath all of this composite metallic armor. Each beat sends this sort of indigo glow through the thing's body. Immediately after this happens, the windows smash and shatter as well. The large windows at the front, but then also behind you. And you also hear windows smashing further in. The glass that bursts in from all the different sides of the different rooms, you recognize dark shapes like vaulting in. They're the figures that are sort of dressed in that head to toe in that black uniform that you would recognize as the Blue Thieves Guild, or at least they're dressed the same as those guys were. The guests all shout in panic. There's like a bowl that smashes against the floor. Someone near the hearth sort of scrambles backwards. The construct moves in one more step. The patrons start fleeing. The staff start fleeing. However, the plainclothes watchmen stand up at the table. Like, there's a significant difference between the people that start running and then the men that are at the table.
Can I immediately leap up? Just literally from my seat. I'll like knock it back, I don't care. And position myself with my hammer so that I am in front of Brula.
You absolutely can, yes. I'm going to bring you over to the battle map. and then we're going to position you where you want to be, including you two as well.
Yeah. I would just like to say that I did roll a wisdom saving throw for the concentration for this message, Rio. So probably right as this construct comes out of the water, you hear me go, "By the hand!" and then it cuts, and you can just tell that I've lost my concentration. And then 2 seconds later, it smashes through the door.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I think that means we won't be able to talk to each other until
You guys, I had being on this table, so I'm gonna go ahead and just put you where I think you would be, which would be here, and then maybe Rio, you would be like here. You are concentrating on something, Rio. Tooth, do you want to ping where you are?
Sure. This map is so cool.
It is very cool.
I'm concentrating?
You have something active. Have a look at your effects tab.
I was and I didn't want to interrupt your narration, but you said we have a second or two to react beforehand. I wanted to activate Otherworldly Leap to get my super jumping turned on before the fight, if there's time. Which is probably the effect that you're seeing.
Yeah, okay, you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, where do you want to be?
Do you think it's reasonable for me to be in this bush?
Yeah, you can be wherever you want. I will.
God, this map is so cool.
There. Okay, so
I assume the green carpet there is the front door, right?
that is the front door, and I am going to place all of your things. We're going to roll initiative. This thing does say something to you, as well. There are assassins all around.
Did it just blow right past Tooth, by the way?
Yeah, I'm
just
hiding. Yeah, I don't think it's
I guess, did it?
Yeah,
did
it doesn't
like, look at you and be like, "You don't matter," and
it had no idea.
No,
that Tooth was
I don't
there.
think it saw me. Yeah.
Okay.
One there, one there, one there, one there, and then oh, that one's not there. Then you have one there, one there, and then this guy
Okay. Woo!
here.
Is there a way for me to change my name so that it doesn't display on here and it shows Tooth, so you can see when my cursor is there, it shows Tooth and not Pumpkinberry? Is that possible?
Probably.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
That is a question that you can DM to Wax Steven. And he, in fact, that is a question that Wax Steven is currently answering in our group chat.
Okay.
Because I'm actually in the middle of something.
No, me too. Same.
Yeah,
Sorry.
give me a second here. All right, now roll initiative. You have Watchmen in here. These guys look rough and tumble. Captain Ix has brought some veterans. This is not. These are not your average little guards. They come all the time.
That's a lot of dice.
That's all of the things in here.
Oh, bloody hell.
One of these days, I'm not going to be last in the initiative, but it is not today.
Tooth, roll me.
Do I also
initiative.
get to roll? Okay.
Yeah, you're in this.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
No, you're active.
Okay.
Okay, so you are dead last, Rio. This enormous hulking thing breaks through the door and starts moving across the room. There is one last part of the cutscene here where it says, I guess before we roll initiative, this thing starts speaking. When it speaks, it is there's no mouth. It just is like a slab of kind of metal. It looks like a helm. It almost feels like a huge set of armor with someone inside, but you're aware that this is a construct and it isn't the case. This thing says,
"Unexpected, yet here you are. I am pleased. My name is Lanslan."
At this point, it actually kind of brings a hand across its chest and kind of slightly bows to you.
I offer you this, your lives. Leave the device on the table and flee while you can.
It stops all of the assassins around you, there's a mage behind you. They all pause with weapons drawn and seem to stop and give you this one moment. If you would like, you may leave the device on the table and flee this combat before I ask you to roll initiative.
What device?
I don't have a device.
Yeah, we don't have it.
We got nothing.
Flames
What
lick
device?
up from underneath this thing's helm. Purple flames rush around this thing's head. It kind of ghost riders itself for a second as it and it says
Good.
and it begins running across the floor here. The planks and wood underneath breaking. Let's go. We are in initiative here. So the first thing that comes running across this floor towards you is one of the assassins. So I got a lot of things to control here, so bear with me while we play. I don't know why I can't move this for you, chat. I'll fix it in a second.
Oh, I was one off on spelling his name right. I spelled it with a U at the end instead of Lanslan. Lanslan.
It's Lanslan.
I think I
Lanslan,
got
like a man's man.
Yeah, like a man's man.
I spelled it with an E, so I also was off by one.
Shit, dude.
Okay,
Too good.
this assassin is going to run up here. Okay, I don't know what is going on with this foundry for you guys on stream. Let me refresh it. I'm just going to bring this over because I think, yeah, okay, it logged me
Should
out.
we also
Great.
refresh or no?
Nope, it just logged me out, which is
Okay.
excellent.
So helpful.
Yeah,
Right?
the best.
Are you GMing? No, you're not.
That's fine. I feel like this happened to Whack last night as well, which is hilarious. And then it wants me to pick the lowest rolled die. Great, cool.
Just get Joe in here to GM. Hi,
hi,
your new
guys.
GM.
I'll GM for you. What does it stand for?
Good morning.
Good morning.
What a good morning it is. You guys are not fighting something right now, right?
Nope, sure aren't.
Okay.
Nobody.
This
We're fine.
assassin runs across the room. Oh, you know what? They can dash, can't they? Because they're all thieves and rogues. It's going to use a dash here to get across to you, Elenis, and he is going to draw a short sword and attempt to strike at you while we fix this for chat. Here we go, chat. All right. Sorry, everybody. There you go. So we're going to be a little more zoomed in so you can see this. We're all aware that Tooth is over there somewhere, but just bear with me with the map.
Somewhere.
Over there somewhere. Elenis. Oh, I forgot, actually. There are rules for this fight called escalation rules. And for this fight, we are, at the start of every round, we add an escalation die. Fairlight, you are in charge of remembering this at the start of each round. That literally says it in my notes.
Okay.
So, it's an additional mechanic. You add a bonus to your attack rolls or a minus to your saving throws each at the start of every round, which means once we go through this list once and back to the top, you add a bonus to your attack rolls. And that starts right now. Everyone has a +1 bonus to their attack rolls. It's like an adrenaline surge. And I'm going to print screen this and I'm going to put it in our
Does this
group.
apply to the enemy as well, or just
Everyone
us?
on this.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Everyone! So you have a +1 to your attack rolls. This guy doesn't, so he rolled a 15. But everyone, when you roll your dice, or if you're subjected to a saving throw, when you go to roll it, there's a little situational bonus box, and you just type +1 or -1 there. Or as we go, it'll go up to 2 to 3 to a maximum of 6 each round. Welcome to the fight with Lanslan. I also like the idea of the escalation just based on it makes combat go faster, probably, which is very useful for shows. So this is this was originally just a thing that was for when you're fighting this particular boss. But I'm gonna see how I feel about just keeping it forever, because we only have 2.5 hours every week. Okay, so 15 to attack you, Elenis, against your AC. What is it?
is a miss. My AC is 18.
A figure in black comes running across the room. You can sense underneath this that they're a tiefling. They have horns underneath, like a cowl of rats, and they have a tail swishing out behind them. As they come to a sort of skid in front of you, they kind of dodge to one side. They almost faint. A short sword comes out, but they faint the wrong way. They faint into your shield arm, and then they bring this sword up from underneath you, and we just hear this sparks flying up in front of Alinis as your training kicks in, and innately you bring this shield up, and you're able to deflect this initial attack and strike. Behind you, one of the watchmen kicks in. Suddenly, standing next to you is a very large-looking human man. It just wearing kind of plain clothes, looks honestly like just a dock worker at first, but he slides in next to you as you deflect this strike, and he brings with him from underneath this bar a huge greatsword comes out, and this greatsword suddenly swings across from around you. Captain Ix dodging out of the way, and this enormous blade is launched towards the first of the assassins here, and these guys have +1 to their bonus. First attack coming in. He is going to hit him for a dirty 20. He will deal damage to this guy first. A greatsword sliding across next to you, Alinis, and striking this guy. And then he brings that greatsword up and swings again. They have multi-attack. And he is...
Sorry, this
Yeah?
adrenaline rush that we have, it does to our attack roll or to the damage?
To your attack rolls.
Okay.
So you're just getting a higher and higher chance to hit or to fail your saves.
Yep. That's fantastic. I love that. I'm going to hate it in a minute, I'm sure.
Another 10. So I think what happens here is this watchman almost bifurcates someone. Just suddenly next to you, Alinis, this guy, you're about to like bring your weapon up, and then suddenly a greatsword just slices across the front of this assassin. There's a grunt, a splash of blood that runs across your boot, and then the greatsword is thrust forward. This assassin is almost completely unable to move out of the way. This greatsword just pierces through whatever thin armor this assassin has on underneath this. There's a horrible, and then an enormous amount of blood rushes across the top of this greatsword and splashes onto the ground. The watchman says, as he's sort of standing in this thing, he says, "We've been waiting for you lot. Let's have it!" And his eyes go wild. Captain Ix kind of shoots him a bit of a glance, but is bringing his own sword out at the same time.
Can I yell even though it's not my turn?
You absolutely can, yeah.
I'm just gonna yell, "Glad you're on our side!"
Another watchman behind you, a very large-looking elven man, brings out his own greatsword. They were like kind of affixed under the bar in a way that was like smartly done, and you hear this sliding of metal against wood, and then the sword swings just an arc around behind him as he takes on one of the assassins that broke in through the windows behind you. Same thing here. Let's see how this one does against this assassin. A +1. And a +1.
You were right. These guys don't kid around.
Captain Ix brought the best that he could. Wasn't going to leave you hanging. Okay, 2 hits. Again, 11 damage, 9 damage. A similar looking situation behind you as these 2 watchmen just bring these swords into these assassins, and the assassins are struck. This one behind you kind of thrown into the wall by the impact of the 2 swords or the 2 sword attacks. Tries to bring up and parry it, but this enormous greatsword against the short sword that the assassin has, just he jumps backwards, attempts to parry it. The sword slides across his own sword and strikes him, and then the second one crushes him against the wall. the blood running onto the floor, patrons screaming, the owner, the old man, kind of moving backwards, the top of his staff glowing green, and you see that the innkeep suddenly starts to vanish as he casts an invisibility spell on himself and moves backwards away from this fight. It is now Lanslan's turn, which is this absolutely ridiculously large construct. He is going to, in fact, I'm going to roll a dice for him. Okay. He is also going to rush forward. Let me just remind myself of what he can do, because he's pretty crazy. He is going to rush. Let me just check this. I think he will rush to here. Where is going to be best? Get him to here. His head, as he moves forward, immolates, and that sort of Ghost Rider effect as the top of this like helm-looking thing immolates into purple and violet hues of flame. Then the flame seems to pull back over his the top of his head, and then the front of this construct's head lifts up forwards. Underneath is just a mishmash of like clockwork looking stuff that's turning over, very intricate, not too dissimilar to how the Lost Second looks when it activates, with all of these turning over screws and twists. Then this purple flame is ejected out in front of where Lanslan is. He has a thing called Bloom Breath, which is a 30-foot cone. And I will place this in a way that will ideally get as many of you as I can get in this.
Nasty.
Okay.
Oh, nasty.
So this is a purple flame, even though obviously the screen is sort of showing it as traditional flame. Those of you that are in this flame, which is Brula and Elenis, as well as the First Watchman and Captain X, need to make me dexterity saving throws, please.
Do we
which
need to
you
do
can.
the -1?
Yes, when you can click, you can click the dex save on the thing there if you want. I'm going to see if I can do this with NPCs as well right now, and then you get -1 to this.
17.
Okay.
17.
That'll beat a 14.
Hey!
Captain X rolls an 11. And then the
11.
Watchman here is going to roll his dice. Good either. Oh, an 11. 2 11s from the Watchman. All right. So, incoming damage from this flame is 66. 14. So, you, Watchman, you take the full thing. 14 damage to you. Captain X, you take 14 damage as well. And then you guys will take half of that, I think. Let me double check. Again, 65 damage on the first hit, but half as much damage on a successful one. So you take 7 damage. So you can right click your token, and then in that little box wherever your HP is, whatever number it is, you should just be able to click there and type -7 and do it that way.
Yep.
Just an insane gout of purple flame it launches out of this thing. It catches all of you, even though you're sort of dexterous enough to turn out of the way and avoid the brunt of this flame. Captain X and the Watchman are just engulfed by it. They kind of scream out as it catches them and burns them. The table that you were sat at, your plates, the bar behind you, the chairs, they all suddenly catch fire and begin crackling and burning. The wine, of course. How could we forget the wine?
Is there like a little trail where it explodes or something?
Yeah.
Like Brula's eyebrows are on fire and she's like, the wine!
Let's see here. So then he is going to move up one more space and finish his movement. and he is going to end up right there. That's his turn. Now we have another assassin is going. Which one are you? Oh, am I missing one? I am missing one. Hold on. There is, unfortunately for you guys, another person in this
We
fight.
don't need more.
No, you don't. But there's another one. Please join the fight, little mage.
What?
I'm missing a mage.
What?
One mage there. One mage there. And one mage.
And these guys have crazy initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Is there two there? No. See. Yeah, okay, great. It was doubling up the mage for me on the turn order. All right. So we're on this assassin over here, who is also going to rush in. I think probably seeing the flame and witnessing Lanslan like, and then as this flame launches out, this assassin kind of moves out of the way of Lanslan's trajectory and is going to move. Can he get here? Yeah, he's going to rush up towards you, Rio, with a sword drawn and attempt to strike at you with this short sword. Let's see how he does. Oh, an 18.
An 18 will get batted away by my shield.
Yeah, and it does. That's exactly what happens. Almost the same thing. This is all happening kind of within the same few moments. The flame opens up. Alinis bats away a shield, with a sword with her shield. The watchman cuts this guy, thrusts forward. Blood rushes down just across the table from you. Another assassin, slightly shorter than the other one, slides in next to you, Rio, and a blade is produced, and then bang, hits this shield. Bringing us to the first of our player characters, Alinis. It is your turn. What would you like to do here?
I am going to remain in position, and I am going to cast Spirit Guardians. And I'm going to designate all of our watchman friends and Captain X and, of course, the party to be safe.
Yep. Okay, go ahead.
And it is an emanation from me.
Yep.
And what do they look like?
Tell
Because I
us.
think we missed that
They look
We
like...
were in the dark last time, literally.
Yeah. They look like the ghostly form of fallen shield maidens.
Ooh, okay.
Shit.
All right. These suddenly from Alinis, after batting away this shield, there's a burst of arcane energy, and these ghosts of shield maidens past seem to rise up or apparate around you and begin to sort of affect the creatures. Now, we figured it out. It is on their turn. They do stuff, right? I don't do it right now.
Yeah,
Whenever
so
a
they
creature
start their turn in it
enters
or enter
starts
it.
their turn. Okay, yeah. So remind me, because I will forget if I don't do it. Don't feel bad for being like, excuse me, GM, you forgot something, because I forget everything, which is why Fairlight is my backup, like, hard drive. He's my external hard drive.
I would also like to use my War Priest bonus action.
Yep.
To attack.
Please do. Remember to highlight whoever you're attacking with T.
Yep.
And
so
it
that is this
so
assassin.
nice that it is so nice that clerics can do that now without having to swing for their main action.
I'm gonna swing with my Warhammer. And I get a +1, right?
Yep, so add a +1 in the little situational bonus bar.
Okay.
Oh,
That's a nat 20.
opening up our first true combat, really,
Oh.
with a natural 20 from the party. Okay, give me the damage. There's almost no way you don't kill this guy, by the way. So
That's an 8.
go.
So
you rolled crit damage, yeah? Okay.
yeah, I did.
He is dead. What? How do you do this? What does it look like?
I think after having called upon my past shield maiden, maybe I don't know them all because, you know, it's people who have historically served within the shield maidens. My facial features will have descended into kind of a mask, and I will, with an intense amount of aggression that is very uncharacteristic for a Linus, slam the Warhammer down directly on top of the wound where the greatsword went through, and hopefully crush him.
You do. Yeah, he's so unbelievably wounded as it is. He's sort of pinned on the greatsword of this watchman, and within the same split second, the warhammer comes down, and it is like hammer and nail, or like hammer and anvil here, where this guy pins him to the one side. The assassin has no hope of escaping this, and this enormous hammer comes down and just strikes this guy. His head turns, twists horribly. There's a spray of blood, and his body, with a horrendous set of crunches and cracks, falls to the ground, the sword spinning away from him, and you absolutely annihilate him. You still have potential movement if you want to move.
I'm not moving.
Okay. Outside, Tooth.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I just finally realized I was still concentrating on suggestion from like 2 episodes
what it
ago.
was.
That's what that icon
Okay,
was.
Yeah. Tooth, you're outside. Do you do
I
anything
am.
here? Your
Yes, I do.
perspective, you can see a lot of this, but I think a good amount of this is kind of happening just out of sight, and you're hearing
Yeah.
like crashes.
Yep.
There's a flash
I'm
of
hearing
purple
crashes.
light.
I'm hearing screaming. I'm smelling a lot
People
of
are
iron
running
in the
out
air.
of the front of this place. They're losing their minds
Yeah.
and screeching.
Yeah, and I'm in this bush, and I'm smelling all the blood that happens all of a sudden, and I'm hearing screaming, I'm hearing clashing, I'm hearing the roar of something. I saw this construct. It was very scary. It spoke, and then I start to breathe a little quickly, and then I'm mumbling to myself. What am I supposed to do? He said to wait until it looked like they were losing, but I don't think they were expecting a construct, and what am I supposed to do? Just sit in a bush, and what if they die? And what if something terrible happens, and I don't do anything? What? Now's not a good time. Oh, okay. Okay. And I reach into my rug, my bag, and I pull out goggles, which are Alden's goggles that he named goggles, and it's unfortunate. I put the goggles on, and then I want to get view of this construct and use the special ability to understand the construct and its weaknesses.
Okay.
Please.
Yeah, go ahead and move into a position where you'll have like line of sight on this thing. There is a window
Okay.
here.
I want to go through the window because I don't want them to see me if possible.
You can get to there,
Yes.
you can see him.
Yes, perfect.
This is
Then I
all
do that.
wall. But you got to get
I'll
to
dash
the
if I
window.
have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll dash if I have to. Okay.
You can cunning action, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I sure can.
I don't know what this is. Like a glitch.
Now,
Do you see
I'm
the
just going to
glitch?
read this while Brad's doing his thing so that you listening can understand what I'm doing. I'm doing Artificer's Insight. Once per day, the wearer can enter a state of heightened understanding for 10 minutes. During this time, they have advantage on all intelligence, arcana, or wisdom insight checks related to identifying or understanding the function and operation, that's key, of magical items, constructs, and traps.
That's really handy.
I know! I'm
really
losing my
handy.
shit! I was sitting there like, I'm useless because I'm out here! And then I went, I'm not useless. What do these goggles do? What do goggles do?
Okay, roll me an Arcana check
Okay.
with advantage.
Okay. Buses in the chat, please. Buses in the chat, please. Please. When I get 21!
Nice.
Very
21. Okay, so the what is it you're trying to determine here again? I know you want a weakness, but outside of that.
Yeah, but outside of that, I want to know how to disable the construct. I suspect that this was actually built by our buddy who's dead now, but maybe not. But I'd like to see if I can identify how to quickly shut it down, or like a weak spot, or where to put boom boom.
Okay. I think Boom Boom takes a minute to set, so I don't know if you'll be able
that's
to really
fair.
get that off in a
Okay.
combat.
Well, I also don't want to blow up an entire tavern, but like that's scary. That's the scariest thing I've ever seen. Except
Yeah.
when somebody won a lot of money in Sonator.
Um,
That's another story for another time, though.
So, yeah, I mean, this construct is certainly some form of a Bloomborn. It is a bit like what Joe is. It's a bit like it seems to be significantly more advanced somehow than the constructs that are around the city that are, for the most part, employed by the Watch as just clockwork soldiers, basically. This is the way that it's moving, the way that it's talking, the way that it is tinkered and artificed and built is unbelievably complex. It's maybe it seems to be almost on a level of Joe. Joe is, bear in mind, the most impressive thing anyone's ever seen. Even though, he's just kind of a small little thing moving around town like a Star Wars droid. In terms of complexity, he's incredibly well made. The other constructs that are using vianthrosite hearts, they're using, lesser vianthrosite hearts is what they're called, have like a classic like robot stiffness to them. They're like the classic steampunk defense construct. Joe moves almost like a person. He's very animate. The fact that he has a personality, the fact that he can communicate and understand. The other constructs, the soldiers don't have that. Any of the working constructs around town don't have that. Pretty much anything with a lesser vianthrosite heart is really basic. This has a lesser vianthrosite heart in it, but is somehow pretty much on the level of Joe. So I think that's the first thing that you would get as an understanding here from this thing. There seems to be a different style of build to this thing, the way that it's built. It's complex in ways that don't match Joe and don't match the other soldiers. But I don't know, without really getting in there and really looking this thing over, with the goggles on from this far, I don't think you get really much more of an understanding than that here in this moment, because this is just a quick middle of combat check rather than you really like going over this thing and spending some time on it.
Yeah, that's fair. I appreciate you even letting me do it this way. But, question. Does this look reminiscent? And would a 21 allow me to determine if Goggles tells me this looks more chaotic in the way that Alden used to make things, like the stuff we saw in his shop, like ARM and stuff, or does it look different? Am I able to maybe kind of get a sense that this is the same kind of genius that he used, or?
I think this one can be the insight check that you can make. I think you can only do one, but I'll let you have... But oh no, you have it for 10 minutes. Okay, give me an insight check.
Okay. Well, I can do it next turn if you want.
No, do it now. It's fine.
All right. $12?
You get the sense this isn't an Alden creation.
Okay.
The works, even the simple stuff like the knife that was, is a very simple piece of vianthrosite tinkering as opposed to something like the Lost Second and ARM even. The materials, the style, it don't really seem to match what is going on with Lanslan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Just to clarify, because you said a lot and I was paying attention to the puzzle part, not the combat part of it. Did you tell me that there was a spot that was like maybe a weaker spot? Okay.
You do understand a few things.
Sure.
It is resistant to acid, bludgeoning, cold, fire, piercing, and slashing.
Somebody write this down. I have claws on.
Sorry. From non-magical weapons.
Can you send that to me? Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't have fingers.
You're fine. It also, I'll put it in our group for you. These are its resistances, and those little magic symbols suggest that it needs to be a magical weapon. So it's only bludgeoning from non-magical weapons that it's resistant to. Also, when this creature is bloodied, which means when it's down to half of its hit points, you will expose the lesser vianthrosite heart, and you will be able to target that directly.
Okay. Oh man, there's a boss in Final Fantasy 14 that's kind of like this, and it's awesome. Okay. Now, what is the 2024 rule on being able to cast a cantrip as a bonus action? Can I do that or not?
If it's a bonus action in the cantrip,
It's message. I don't
it
think
would say
it says.
it would say on the thing.
I'm checking
time.
real quick. Oh my god.
May
don't-
I interject, Evie?
Yes. Always.
That scanning him doesn't say it takes your action at all, so you can probably still attack. You would have used your bonus action to cunning dash.
Yeah, but what was what I just did? Like that has to be something.
Yeah,
Right?
I mean, I think it's a thing that you're really.
Yeah, I'm focused on it. I know that
What
we're
you're
gonna get
doing
negatives
is
every round, but I feel like that was important to do.
Activating it isn't an action, but taking your time to make the intelligence check is an action.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
well, if
figured.
that's the case, then you would have had to use your bonus action just to get to the window in the first place, because
Yeah, you're out of
your
that.
cunning
You
dash.
used your dash.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think you're done here unless you want to move
Okay,
more.
I'm done. But can I hide in the bush?
No. You've used your action and your bonus action. You have a
Okay.
reaction and whatever movement you potentially have left.
Okay.
You never came out of stealth though. Like you
I
didn't do
didn't.
anything to draw attention. So you're
Yeah,
probably
I mean-
still-
Well, I just wanted to double check, you know. I am peeking
Here's what
into
I'll
a
do.
window with big goggles on.
It is literally the assassin across from you's turn.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah.
I will roll a perception check for
It's
this
only
assassin.
fair. Yeah. Makes
Um,
sense. I ran to the window with big goggles on. Like, what's going on in here? I guess the question is though, do they think I'm a threat, or do they think I'm like somebody that's like, what's going on?
Do you put the goggles on your head and be like, Bravo 6 going dark, and pull them down over you?
I'm gonna roll
Yeah, I
a perception
imagine-
check. We're gonna leave it
Yeah.
to chance. I'm gonna give him
Yes, I love that.
disadvantage
Thank
because
you for letting me do this at all, Brad. I thought that was a very cool use of the goggles.
yeah, I like it too. I'm gonna give him a perception check with disadvantage because he's far more focused on what's going on in the tavern than a
Yeah, that
random
makes
window.
sense.
But
would
if
like-
something catches his eye at the window as you kind of put
I
these
mean-
goggles on, and these things are like
Yeah.
clockwork and like turning and stuff as you get up.
I'm
and
like
go,
4 feet tall, but yeah, these things are big, and I imagine that they're like whirring and making sound. And I imagine, can they make my eyes look big, even bigger?
yeah,
'Cause my
yeah.
eyes
It's like
are
the
already pretty big.
magnifying scene from.
Yes. So it's
Honey, I Shrunk
just
the
this,
Kids.
like Gusto in the window with big grinning teeth and big eyes and
Yeah.
a whirring thing. Okay, yeah, I'm ready. Please don't see me. That'd be really bad.
So he's got disadvantage on this. He just has to beat a 10. 50-50 shot, but
Okay.
he has disadvantage.
It's 50-50.
Okay? I hate to
Roll a
tell you
2.
this, but they do have a higher perception.
I know, but roll a 2. Oh shit.
Aw.
Oh shit. Oopsies.
Okay. It's not over yet. I'm going to roll an insight check. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not.
I know, because I'm wearing the goggles.
Nope.
There's no way you wouldn't go, those are Alden's goggles. How did that little shit get those?
No, this
I think they know who
assassin.
we are anyway.
This assassin shouts just into the room. It seems to be towards Lanslan, but from behind you. Just the mask that he's wearing kind of muffles his voice a little bit. But in common, shouts into the room and says, "The other one's at the window," and then dashes across the room towards you. I think here. This window is smashed. He is going to leap out of it, flip
Sail over
in
me.
front of you, and bring out his weapon and attempt to get you as well here. So unfortunately, you're like scanning Lanslan, and then suddenly you hear that and turn, and you're like zoomed in,
And I turn,
and then
and I'm
there's
like,
just
goggles,
like this.
I can't see.
Dark as he flips over you. All of these guys are very dexterous, and he kind of does like a flip over you. A particularly large looking, probably human under there, could be maybe an elf, humanoid, bipedal, no significant things that suggest species, but he brings out that sword, and he is going to attempt to strike at you with it. Here, he gets a +1 for this attack roll. Ooh, not a good roll. 14?
Nope.
A miss.
So,
A swing towards you, and you. What do you do?
goggles, I can't see! And I'm like trying to get the goggles up onto the top of my head. Whoa, buddy!
Okay. Yeah, he swings. You kind of like dodge out of the way, ducking underneath him, and the blade just cuts across the top of your head. At the back of the room, this mage is going to do something too. Let me remind myself of what they can do. They have a few things going on. Yeah, fuck all this shit. I guess Rio, you're in the way here. An arcane burst is going to make its way over towards you. Also dressed in black, by the way. These guys don't really look any different to the other assassins in the room, except that they don't seem to be covered in weapons. This assassin just brings up two hands, and then this energy coalesces around them. It shifts and changes in color at first, kind of going from a yellow to a green to a teal, and then it ends on a blue, and then this just a bizarre set of twisting arcane energies launch towards you as it launches out an arcane burst. A 19 on my roll with a 25 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
Okay, here we go with the damage. These are usually not that kind. 11 damage. From behind, I think maybe because you're sort of slightly interacting with the assassin in front of you, there is a kind of a sound of somatic components. You hear mumbling behind you and incanting, and then suddenly you're struck with this arcane energy, waves of it rushing over you, and you sort of recognize you're hit by a spell, but it feels really just like being struck by a chair or something, because it's force damage.
Okay.
You know, like someone it's
a barroom brawl.
Yeah, you maybe at first expect like a chair leg to go flying past you before your brain catches up and you recognize
Chair from the
that
top rung.
one of them is yeah. The hell in the cell begins as a chair is launched at you from up there. Why isn't this working? Okay, there it goes. Okay, this next assassin here. Which way will he go? Let's see. I think I'm gonna roll. In fact, I'll roll on the screen so you guys don't think I'm fudging rolls, because no one ever fucking believes me. The
I would never doubt you.
1 to 10, he's gonna go into the dining room where you guys are. 11 to 20, he's gonna go after Tooth.
Oh shit.
16. A second one, I think, just launches themselves at the window here, jumps into the window. A much smaller individual, sort of feminine, leaps into the window here, and a sword kind of just like thrusts down at you from this broken window frame. Tooth, as a second attack, is going to make its way towards you.
It's gonna be a 3 or something ridiculous, right?
I hope so. Do you have any way to heal yourself?
Nope, sure
Okay,
don't.
well, 23 to hit.
That sure hits me. I'm gonna use something though. I will
Okay.
use my uncanny dodge, please.
Yeah.
When an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack roll, you can take a reaction to have the attack's damage against you. Round down.
All right. So it'll be half of this.
Oh, of course.
Rolled low, 5. So you take
okay.
half damage. And yeah, I think the second one appears in the window, and there's just a blade thrust down towards you. You feel it probably runs across like the back nape of your neck, like along there, down across your shoulder blades, as you kind of dodge underneath it. It's mostly piercing damage from this attack, but these blades are all poisoned, so there is an additional element to each of the attacks from the assassins in particular. That brings us to Brula.
Yes. Brula is still sitting at the table, and all of this has been happening really quickly. and she looks up and watches Alinus just completely, like, just wreck this dude. And then notices the food on fire. And her first, I think she stands up and she's also sort of singed, and she looks at Lanslan, and wants to cast vicious mockery at him, but really it's just because she's upset. So she I'm gonna target Lanslan here and cast vicious mockery. And she'll say, "You are definitely not the most impressive thing I've ever seen."
Right, he's got a -1 to this check. So here we go on a wisdom saving throw from Lanslan. Ooh, almost landed on an 18, ended up on a 4, which is a fail. So he takes the damage, roll me the damage, and he becomes mocked.
Let's see. Ha.
Nice.
Wow, that's a good amount of damage. 8 damage here. He's
See
not
this guy?
resistant to
Everyone
this. point
and laugh at him.
Yeah, the vicious mockery is launched out. It takes hold. The enormous form that has sort of rushed forward, opened this mouth in quotations, launched out this flame, and then begins moving forward again. Is hit by this spell. It kind of shakes its head, and he says,
Yes, more.
and kind of looks over towards you, but you do get the sense that it's a little kind of taken aback by this attack, you know, like it took it off of its stride slightly. Yeah, that's your main action. Do you want to do anything else?
Yeah, I'd like to also use, of course, some bardic inspiration. And I think Brula will look directly at Alinus, of course, and bring out her small lute and say something like, "I believe in you."
I think
Bardic
Alinus
inspiration.
is a little bit far gone right now, but at least that sound breaks through, and she sort of goes, "Thank you." And she's like panting at this point because she's just like ready to hit somebody again with a hammer. But this will help hit them harder.
And that'll be Brula's turn.
Okay.
I think.
Another assassin's turn here. The one that is engaged with this watchman will attempt to strike at the watchman, even though they are very injured at this back wall. Let's see how he does. Not looking good. Yeah, struggling too much against the wounds. Crushed against the wall by the watchman, with the watchman kind of bearing their teeth down on them. The assassin attempts to thrust with their sword, but the watchman easily dodges it, bringing the sword across the front of this assassin, and they fail miserably to make contact with that watchman in their little skirmish behind you guys. It is now Captain Ix, who... he has some bullshit too here. Yes. He is going to... Let me remind myself of the wording. Alright, he is going to Divine Smite here. As
snap.
he
Damn.
brings up his longsword, and I just want to see. Okay, it doesn't do anything extra to constructs. All right, the first attack will have a Divine Smite on it. I don't know why it's not casting though. There we go. Cast a spell, please. Oh, he needs to hit. Right, got it. Longsword attack +1. Let's see if he hits first. That's
Nice.
probably going to hit. 25 hits. He deals 13 damage. But he does not have a magic sword. Although, does Divine Smite? No, it doesn't turn into a magic weapon. Then, so that's half damage. Or let me see if this does this automatically. Yep, lovely. Then he sends in a Divine Smite with it. So let me give myself the damage there. An additional 9 radiant damage. And this is, I think, interesting, particularly maybe for our cleric to see, as Captain Ix pulls a blade from his side. He has a quite nicely made longsword. It doesn't look like the standard issue swords that they were carrying earlier on while in uniform. He has what seems to be like a personal blade with a U-shaped hilt with some interesting engravings that run along it. He pulls the thing out as this creature kind of comes barreling in, and as he brings the sword back into a particular stance and then slices with this sword, you see the sword take on an arcane element to it. There is the look of the magic that goes around this almost looks as if someone is painting a night sky, swirling around the blade for a second. The blade takes on a slightly darker hue of like purpley blue. There is like a twinkling, almost like stars, and as it strikes Lanslan, there's a burst of the divine energy as Captain Ix strikes with that divine smite. He also gets to attack again. He has multi-attack, striking this guy. Another hit. He's going to do another little bit of damage here. Now his sword isn't magical, so this is all the sword damage. The 19 there is in fact only going to do 9 damage, but 2 strikes, and he moves very quickly. Magic running off of this thing. You see sort of Captain Ix, and he positions himself away, like around Lanslan, seems to be moving around him. He seems like a quick fighter with these additional spells. You recognize a Divine Smite, but it doesn't look like the Divine Smites of the Paladins and Clerics of the Sanctioned Hand. He probably belongs to a different order or worships a different religion or god or deity. That is the end of his turn. And it is this assassin's turn here. Are you in that? He's actually not in your spell.
Is he really not?
If you hover over your spell, you can see the actual squares that are affecting him. I'll do it for chat as well, so you can see on the screen if you're watching. If you're listening, hello listeners, we love you too.
Hello.
And yeah, so he actually is not affected by your spirit guardians. I'm sorry.
Damn.
Should have hopped on the table. Although, how is he going again? Am I crazy?
Yeah, something ain't right, because he already hit me.
Oh yeah, isn't he the one who... No,
he's not the one who hit me. The mage hit me.
No.
But he
I thought the same thing, yeah, it was the
did
mage.
rush in and attack you, because how is he there?
I think this guy here, Brad,
was the one that went...
supposed to...
Oh yeah,
you flipped these two in the initiative.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. I don't know. I don't even know how I did that, to be honest. All right, well then, in that case, I guess this guy behind you is going to rush up to you, Rio. Unfortunately, actually, is he? Let me roll a dice for him, just because his guy on the left is being attacked, and I think he might rush at him. So 10, he'll go left. 20, he'll go right. Yeah, okay, so he actually rushes at this watchman instead, because one of the other Thieves Guild members is under attack and basically being murdered in the corner by this watchman, so he's going to try and attack him instead of you in an attempt to save the other member group. Big hit, 22. I didn't even add the +1 to that. And then 13 damage to this watchman. He's a little scratched up. He's not too bad. Since you're kind of neutrally allied with the watch at the moment, I'll give you little updates on how they look. Yeah, he rushes forward. The watchman then begins sort of fighting behind him with this enormous greatsword. 2 assassins moving around him, blades sparking and striking. A blade makes it through. The watchman grunts and then swings his greatsword back as well. And then here we are at the end of our turn order. It is your turn, Rio.
Okay. Right. So I am going to use a spell. And since this is all happening at the same time, this probably happens almost in response to getting blasted by the mage. Like when that thing hits me, I am going to Misty Step and just reappear right here in his face.
Okay.
Which now the party can actually see me do this for the first time, because last time I didn't do it because I couldn't see where I was going. So yeah, you just see me vanish in a puff of smoke, like in response to getting hit. Ninja vanish and just reappear right next to the offender. How dare you? And swing at him with my warhammer, casting Booming Blade, the spell, which is right here. Where are you hiding? These men. There's so many things to click on. Here it is. Situational bonus is just, do I just put 1, right? Okay.
Yeah, +1 in there.
Oh, that's the damage. Hold on. It didn't roll the actual... Like, what? Sorry, well, I learned to navigate this menu.
No,
let
you're
me try
good.
this
You're
again.
good. Yeah.
Well, I want to swing.
I also don't know what I'm doing, so
Booming
the only way to learn is to click. Click things.
1. Roll. It's skipping straight to the damage roll, Brad. I'm not
Do
sure
you
how to
maybe
actually
swing
get
with
it.
the weapon?
How
Like
much
actually
is
just
it?
like a normal attack roll?
Notice the weapon is
Maybe,
supposed to
but-
make a melee attack with it against one creature. When I hit the target cells. Yeah, I don't know what the thing wants you to do. It probably is that you need to make an attack with the weapon, and then
Just
this
swing
will
normal?
add the
Okay.
additional damage on top of it, you know?
Okay, now let me make sure this is keying off the right stat, because I'm using Pact of the Blade. I think it did. Double check. Yeah, I think that's correct. Yeah, so I have rolled a 16.
Okay. And you're attacking which one again? Sorry.
I'm attacking the mage.
The mage.
Sorry. Oh, and is that what +1? That is the +1, yeah.
16 hits.
Nice. Okay, so then he will take, first off, the regular damage from the weapon. Oh, I see. When I clicked Booming Blade, it put the Warhammer roll in chat, and I was supposed to click. Okay, I see how to do it now.
Right. Sorry, I was
Right,
checking
so
something
then
else at the
this.
time, so I just left you to it.
Yeah, no problem. I
If you
think I
can't
got
figure it out,
now,
I
so-
can't figure it out though. So it's sorry.
Okay, well, I've max rolled the damage, but that's not the right stat. It's supposed to be based on charisma because I'm using Pact of the Blade.
All right, give me a
which I
number
have
and
no-
I'll do it
I've-
manually. You figure you. give
Yeah,
me
I have
the
no idea
calculator.
how to get it to do that, so
Yeah.
it should be. It's 13.
13 total.
It's 13 from the hammer, and then 5 more thunder from Booming Blade, so 18 damage total.
Okay. And how does this look?
I'm-
Because I don't think we've seen this, have we?
You saw the Booming Blade once before when we
we
got
saw it.
ambushed last
Yeah,
time.
we did in the dark.
It's a thunder attack, so it's kind of sound based. It
We
almost
heard it, yeah.
it sounds like a jet flying by, to be honest. Like the sound barrier breaks as I smack this guy. And since I'm using a Warhammer, I also have the weapon mastery to topple So he needs to make me a DC 15 strength save or get shoved straight back. And I'm actually trying to angle him out this window because we're standing at a window and I see the water right back there. So I'm aiming to launch him
It's
out
not
the window.
water. That's actually just a road. It's just a path. It looks like water, but it is
Aw.
unfortunately
We were called
just...
the dockside inn, and I
Yeah,
thought we were on a dock.
the water is exclusively down on this side, on the east of the map. That is just the back of the building, which is part of the town. Sorry.
Well, you know what?
But you
I'm
can
still
try
gonna
and
to throw
still,
him out the
yeah,
window.
spank him out the window. Yeah. Let's give you that. It was a strength check. Did you say?
Yeah, it's a strength save, DC 15.
Okay, and he's got a -1 to that.
I'm
Oof.
sorry, I forgot to roll this.
For sure failed.
Okay, so it's what, 18 damage, and I just launch him through the window.
Yeah, he goes back how
I
far?
hope the window is closed so that it can shatter as he goes flying.
No, it's smashed. They all smashed in through these windows. It's how
Oh,
far,
okay.
sorry, he gets pushed?
10 feet.
10 feet. All right, yeah, he gets yeeted out of this thing as you just boom. There is a horrendously loud arcane boom as the booming blade goes off, and then this mage who's was about to cast their own spell is just and is launched out of this window, goes kind of arse over tit out of the window, rolling over into the street. A few people who are like outside trying to figure out what's going on inside this tavern see this mage come flying out. He rolls over a few times, and yeah, he's still alive, but he is pushed out of that window.
Okay.
And then you did something else here. What is this? You can heal.
I will also note that my Misty Step is not normal. It's a special class feature. And so my Misty Step does other spooky things. In this case, it's healing me for 9 temporary health. So I have like kind of a smoky barrier around me for 9 HP, which I'm trying to figure out how to add to my sheet at the moment. I think I'll just manually... Oh, here it is. Temp HP? 9?
You should be able to...
Did that work? There.
Yeah, there you go. You can either do it manually, or I can hit apply, but I got confused because it was trying to apply it to the mage. All right. Anything else on your turn?
No, I think that's everything. So I'm figuring out where to click on a lot of these abilities to make them work the right way. But that's my turn.
Okay. Back round to the top, there is a dead man who goes first. And the escalation die goes up to a +2 now for this round. The enormous construct is sort of striding forwards in this room, and he says,
Ah, yes. It's been so long since I've had a fight like this. Come on, let's see what you've got. Every single one of you.
and that is where we're going to end today's session.
What?
Yeah, I hate ending halfway through a combat as well.
We're in a battle.
We are in a battle.
Early, isn't it?
Nope, this is time, and yeah, I mean we're this is not gonna go anywhere for a
But
week.
I know, but we just love this game a
I
lot,
know.
and
Yep.
we would.
Yep.
It's fine. It's fine.
All of us figuring out a lot of our abilities for the first time definitely makes the combat move real slow.
Yeah, but that's what
you
it
guys.
is. It's what it is. You've also
Yeah.
been thrown in at level 5, so you end up with a lot more that you can do, and trying to figure out exactly what it can do, plus figuring out how to do it through Foundry and what the buttons mean is a
Now,
whole
a trick-
thing.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go
A
on.
trick I've learned is to write down what you ought to do next turn right now.
Right now.
That way, next week when you get there, you're like, What did I want to do? Oh yeah, I wanted to shoot the assassin that's attacking me."
Yeah.
You wanted to fan out so you don't all get flamethrowered again. That's what you want to do.
That's right. You write it down.
Write it down. Captain X did that. That's what he was doing. All right. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for playing, players.
Yeah, big Brad.
It's an hour early for our EU peeps because we have the US had daylight savings, so different times for the next 2 weeks for the show. So it's an hour early. So it feels like it's ending an hour early because it's only 8:30. And normally we end at like 9:30 for those of us in the EU. But we started very early as well. And it's trippy. We'll pick up from here next week. We're off to record a little green room sesh. And that's it. Any final words?
This combat was fucking awesome. It was immersive from the
So
very
cool.
start. I'm like
So
so
cool.
into it. Brad, this was awesome.
Listen, I've been running for the man, like a hunger stricken crab. Don't know how long you can last, as long as eyes hard to pass. But I do what I do it all for the young in my head. Know you hate when I'm stuck in your past. You gotta learn from my mistakes. I won't make it alive if I live for desire. No, I won't make it alive if I wait any longer. You wanna walk on the water and uphill road with the fire. Yeah, but I won't make it alive if I stay in your hollow. Can be off with the backflips, a million bad habits. Still we good like we magnets, but gotta listen to my shit. But when you're